Welcome, welcome. How you doing?
If you are cross-legged seated or child's pose, just check in. As soon as you come onto your mat, it's an opportunity and an invitation to just kind of find your center. What does finding your center mean? It means finding that space of stillness where it's quiet inside. And kind of just settling into that space. That space where everything's okay. Because you've got you in there. So check in with your body next. How's your vehicle feeling today? Start to breathe into that vehicle. Fill yourself with breath. Draw the breath in through the nose, all the way down into the belly. And exhale it out, drawing the belly button back in. And as you hear the sounds of the ocean, try to make the sounds of the ocean in the back of the throat, almost like a kind of sound, but with the lips sealed. Same sound as you inhale and same sound as you exhale this. It's called Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Prana, yama, breath, prana, energy. Life-giving energy. Breath sounds wonderful. And it is. If you're not breathing, you're dead. It's that simple. And guess what? Your body's breathing you. Your body was breathing you when you were asleep. Your amazing body continues to breathe you when you wake up. That intelligence that's in existence, that's a little bit smarter, definitely smarter than I am, than our minds. If only we could trust that intelligence with our lives every day, a little more. Bring the hands in towards the heart. Just sit up a little higher, a little taller, a little stronger. Take a deep inhale and exhale it out through the mouth. Another deep inhale, extend the palms up above the head, lifting up through the spine, lifting up out of the hips. And exhale, draw forward. If you're in child's pose, draw yourself up onto all fours for me. And lifting the hips high into your downward facing dog. Take an inhale, come onto your toes and bend the knees. Bring your belly down to the thighs. Look at your belly button. And exhale, downward facing dog. Press back. Extend through the upper spine. And breathe. Come high on the toes, bend the knees, and slowly make your way to the top of the mat. Grab opposite elbows and simply dangle. Soften. Take an inhale, look forward. Try to lengthen through the spine and exhale, fold in. Look at your knees. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Push against your shins, draw the shoulders back and fold in. Next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Reach up with the hands. Lift up, gaze up. Bring the palms down to the center, bring the feet together and find your center while you stand. You can draw the belly button in and up, draw the tailbone under, squeeze those bathroom muscles and chin comes in. Now breathe. So you stand solid, centered, and from here we'll begin our practice. Namaste. Good. Take a deep inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, swan dive straight in, chest down towards the thighs. Look at your knees, halfway lift, inhale. Palms down, feet back. And you can drop down to your knees on this first round of our warm-up. Draw the shoulders over the wrists and slowly, elbows in, lower down. Hover. Inhale, release the chest through, shoulders up and back. Toes are released, look up. And this first round, let's just roll onto the hip. So you roll onto the sides of the feet there. Slowly inhale, other side. Keep your elbows soft. Come back to center. Curl the toes. You can come back to your knees this first round. Hips high, down dog. So you can adjust your hands, your feet. See what feels good. Press back. You've got 5 breaths. So re-engage your breath. Look at your belly button. No stiffness held in the head. High on the toes, tiptoe, walk, step, whatever you want, back to the top of the mat. Halfway lift to emerge. Fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach out and up. Lift up, gaze up. Palms touch, thumbs back to the heart. Center yourself, take a breath. Begin again, second round, inhale. Sweep out and up, look up. Exhale, swan dive in. Halfway lift, inhale, look out. Palms down, feet back. This time, if you're feeling strong, you can come to plank or stay on your knees. Shoulders over the wrists. Lower down, your elbows right into the sides. You hover, release and sweep forward. Now you can float your knees if you like, pressing through the tops of the feet. Curl toes, hips high, down dog, 5 breaths. If you want to paddle your heels, bending one leg, your down dog is your body. So figure out what your body needs, what makes it feel good. And don't forget to breathe. High on the toes, walk, step, float, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Palms touch, thumbs back down to the heart. Take a breath, find your center. And one more round. Inhale, sweep through. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, look out. Exhale, palms down, lower all the way down on the exhale. Inhale, sweep through. Look up. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Push back. Drawing your belly button in. Keeping that energy sealed inside the body, this energy that you're circulating and building with this Ujjayi pranayama breath. High on the toes, walk, step, float, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch, thumbs to heart. Beginning our second warm-up, Sun Sal B. Bend the knees, sink the hips, find chair pose. So raise the hands up, gaze at the fingers and lift all 10 toes. The weight's in the heels. Exhale, fold in. Look at your knees, halfway lift. Look out, lengthen. Palms down, feet back. Maybe you jump back and lower straight down. Your choice. Inhale up. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Zip the toes together for me. Let's go right leg high to the sky. Draw the foot through on the exhale. Seal the back heel. And on an inhale, rise on up. Warrior number one. Gaze up. Exhale, go straight back down. Frame the foot. Right foot goes back. Lower down. Inhale, sweeps through. Look up. Exhale, hips high. Down dog. Left leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring it through. Seal the heel. Rise up. Draw the hips down. Exhale, straight back down. Frame the foot. Lower down, high to low. Let your breath lead you. Hips high, 5 breaths, down dog. High on the toes, make your way back to the top of the mat. Halfway lift and fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, hands to heart. Find your center, take a breath. Second round. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Chair pose. Gaze up. Exhale, fold in. Halfway lift. Now, if you get tired, you don't have to step back and take your vinyasa. You could just step back and find your warrior one. So I just skipped it there. Exhale, take it down. You could step back in. Change sides. So I'm going to show you, you just come up to warrior one without your chaturanga, your down dog. And you could always just step back to down dog. So that's skipping the vinyasas. And if you took your chaturanga, I'll meet you in down dog. We'll take a few more breaths. Just so you know how to modify. So if you're challenged in the shoulders or you're just tired today, you don't have to push in this very athletic Sun Sal B. High on the toes, walk, step, float, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Stand tall. Find your center. We'll do one more round. Bend the knees, sink the hips. I want you to feel the heat building in the body now. Exhale. Inhale. Palms down, exhale, flow through to down dog, however you want to do it. Right leg, seal the heel, rise up. Straight back down, exhale. Left leg. I'll see you in down dog. 5 breaths. So check in. Come high on the toes, walk, step, float. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Hands to heart. Good, take the feet hip width apart. That's not big, small hips. Take an inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold in, take your peace fingers to bind your big toes. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Look at your knees. Pull up on the toes and lift the tailbone up to the sky. Good, release the toes and walk on top of the palms of your hands. Toes in line with the crease of the wrist. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, lifting the tailbone up, drawing the weight towards the toes. Head is heavy. Now breathe. Release the hands to the hips and on an inhale, pressing through the feet, slowly rise. Very slow, you've been upside down. Exhale, ground your energy down. Bring your hands together, find your center. Inhale, a big wide step out to the right. So take a wide step, right toes to the back. Look down at your left toes. You want to bring them around to 45 degrees. The hip comes round, extend the arms long, gaze to your front middle finger. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, reach, reach, reach over that front leg. Let the hand fall to the inside. Left hand reaches high to the sky. You're in triangle shape. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, rotate open. Rotate open that front leg and gaze up. And on top of all that, try to breathe. We'll take one more breath. Triangle shape, look down at the big toe, and on an inhale, use the other hand to bring you all the way up. Same shape other side. So I set up my toes first. I lift, I extend and reach, reach, reach. Hand comes down to the inside, other hand up. 5 breaths. Gaze down at the big toe. Inhale, come all the way up. Rotate the toes to the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, reach tall with the left hand. Use your right hand to draw the hip back. Exhale, slowly fold in. Take the hand down to the outside of the shin. On an inhale, right hand opens up to the sky. Revolved triangle. A block is a really good idea here if you need to get a little more twist and rinse out of that thoracic spine. Good. On an inhale, slowly rise. Bring your block with you. Toes back to the top of the mat. Left hand on the hip, right hand high. Exhale, draw the body forward. Take the hand to the outside of the shin or to the floor or to the block and open up. 5 breaths. Drawing that hip back, that left hip back. Good, come on up, open out to the side. Feet together, hands together, top of the mat. Reset. Next inhale, big wide step out to the back of the mat. Toes point to the back, 45 degrees, other leg, bend in to your right knee, right elbow, right knee. Extend left hand up and over like a swimmer's stroke. Gaze at the fingers. Extended side angle. Maybe the hand, if you can keep the body rotated open, you could take full pose, hand down. But keep the body, don't kind of collapse in. You want that long line of energy, fingertips to the outside edge of the toes. One more breath. Inhale brings you up, same shape, back to the front. Set up your toes, bend into the knee, elbow to knee, up and over, reach. Maybe reaching down, block again, a way to extend. Inhale, come up. Rotate to the back of the mat, drop down to the back knee to set yourself up, hands to heart. Take the twist, left elbow, right knee, pressing the hands down in front of the heart, gaze up. Revolved side angle, maybe float the knee. Gazing up at the ceiling. If that feels good, maybe full pose, left hand down to the floor. But keeping the twist, the rotation, one more breath. Release, same shape to the front of the room. So you drop to the back knee to set up. Hands to heart. Right elbow, left knee. Gaze up. Press down with the hands and maybe float the knee. So it's a balance. Come on up, 5-star to the side of the room, open out. Feet together, hands together, top of the mat. Big wide step out to the side, feet parallel with the sides of your mat. Open out, take a 5-star bend, exhale, fold in, crown of head to the floor, fingers in line with the toes. Halfway lift to lift your spine out of your hips, exhale, fold in. Prasarita Padottanasana, letter A. Try to bring the weight forward into the toes. And breathe. Bring your hands to your hips and on an inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, open out. Exhale, hands back to the hips, but draw the elbows together, shoulder blades together. Take a little back bend and exhale, fold in. Drawing the elbows closer together, crown of head to the floor. Good, inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, open out, 5-star. Exhale, clasping hands behind the back. Take an inhale, back bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, we fold in. Bringing the hands off the back. 5 breaths. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, open out. Exhale, go straight back in, taking the peace fingers to bind the big toes. Halfway lift, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 5 breaths. Exhale, hands to the hips, and on an inhale, slowly rise. Ground down. Open out, 5-star. Feet together, hands together, top of the mat. Bringing the hands behind the back. You can grab opposite elbows. You could do reverse prayer hands. And if your shoulders and wrists are open, you could do namaste hands up. I'm going to do reverse.
Taking a short step out to the right. It's a shorter stance, both toes pointing the same direction. Heel to heel alignment. And draw that right hip back. Take a back bend. Inhale and exhale. Slowly fold over that front leg. It can be a slight bend in the knee. Taking the gaze down to the tip of the nose. Pyramid pose, Parsva Thanasana. And breathe. Slowly rise, same shape, to the top of your mat. So take your feet into position first, square off the shoulders, the hips. Take a back bend, inhale and exhale, slowly fold over. Drawing that left hip back. Slowly rise. Open out to the side, 5-star, to reset, feet together, hands together, top of the mat. Drawing in the right knee towards the chest, interlace the fingers in front of the knee. Pick your drishti, your gaze point, your height in front of you, and breathe. Option here to take the left hand to the hip and bind the right toes with the peace fingers, extending the heel forward. Draw the shoulder back, stand tall. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana. Opening out to the side, take the knee or the foot, and maybe challenge yourself by taking the gaze over the opposite shoulder. 5 breaths. So really working the proprioceptors, the stabilizers in the ankles. Slowly drawing the foot back to the front. If you have the bind, take the hands, crisscross them over the ankles and see if you can lower the head down towards the knee. Otherwise, just keep the knee clasped, stand tall. Extending the leg out, point the toe, gaze at the toe. Lift it a little higher. Exhale, place it down, shake it out. Find your center. Breathe, same thing, other side. Interlace the fingers, draw the knee into the chest, or use peace fingers, bind the big toe, and extend the heel forward. Finding a balance, picking your drishti. Drawing that shoulder back. If you start to wobble, you could always go to a wall. Open out to the side, maybe taking your gaze over the opposite shoulder just to challenge yourself. Slowly drawing back to the front, interlacing, crisscrossing the wrists, the outside edge of the feet, head to knee. And you'll notice on the body where your imbalances are in your balance postures. Slowly release. Extend that left toe. Left leg long lifted a little higher. You'll feel your leg maybe shaking a little. Lift it a little higher. Replace it down. Find your center. Breathe. Okay. Relaxing. Next shape, right foot comes in for tree pose, Rikshasana. You can stay low here. You're closer to the ground if your balance needs a little help. Or you can draw the heel all the way up. Hands to heart. 5 breaths in tree. You could also take the half lotus bind, Adha Baddha Padmatanasana. Taking the bind behind into the forearm. Drawing the knee down. You can take a forward fold in this shape or just stand tall. Picking your drishti and breathing. Oh, nearly fell over there. As soon as I move my eyes, I lose my balance. Slowly release. Find your center, same shape, opposite side. So either into the ankle, into tree, you can grow your tree, or half lotus bind if you took it on the other side. And you'll really notice your stronger or your side of the body that needs a little work. Slowly release, top of your mat. Find your center. Take a deep inhale, sweep the hands up, palms touch, look up. Exhale, swan dive in, chest to thighs, look at your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale takes you palms down, feet back, lowering all the way down. Inhale, sweeping through, shoulders back, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Come onto the toes, walk, step, float, top of your mat. Bend the knees, sink the hips, come up to chair pose, Utkatasana. We'll hold Utkatasana for 5 breaths. Pick up all 10 toes, make sure the weight's in your heels. Tailbone heavy. Drishti, gaze point at the hands. Drawing that bandha, that Uddiyana bandha, the belly bandha, the belly lock, up and in. Exhale, fold in, chest to thighs, halfway lift. Palms down, feet back, flow through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right leg high to the sky. Step it through in between the hands and come on up, Virabhadrasana A, warrior number 1. Raise the hands up, lift up through the sides of the body and sink the hips down. We take 5 breaths here. Keeping the hands where they are. We'll straighten the front leg and rotate the toes towards the back of the mat. Dip into the front leg, lowering the hips, but keeping the hands raised. 5 breaths. Warrior 1 to the back of your mat. Now exhale, open out. Virabhadrasana letter B, warrior 2. Gazing at the front middle finger, drawing the hips down, dipping into that front leg a little bit more. Left knee, make sure it's coming out to the side. Sometimes it tends to fold in towards the midline of the body. Try to relax your shoulders. Slowly straighten the leg, rotate toes, back of the mat. Dip in. 5 breaths. Try to relax your shoulders. Exhale, windmill the hand down to frame the foot. Right foot back, lower down, take your vinyasa. Urdhva Mukha, up dog. Adho Mukha, down dog. Slowly float the feet through to seated.
Extend the legs out in front. Take the flab from your sit bones, if you have any. Bring the hands down by the sides, fingers point forward. Press your hands into the mat. Flex the feet, maybe the heels come off. Chin comes towards the chest. Draw the belly button in and up. 5 breaths. Dhanurasana staff pose. So it's as though you're pushing so much into the hands that you're lifting the hips off. Squeezing the thighs, allowing the hamstrings to release a little, prepping you for the next shape. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold forward if you can. Peace fingers bind the big toes. Maybe your hands just reach your shins or your ankles. It's all good. Take a halfway lift from wherever you are. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, fold in, draw the body down. 5 deep breaths. Good. Exhale, release. If you have the bind, put the thumb in between the big toe and the first toe. Wrap the hands around the outside edge of the feet. Draw the feet in. If you're still over here, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Second round. Paschimottanasana, letter B. Release and slowly rise as you inhale. Optional vinyasa if you like. Otherwise, draw the right sole of the foot into the inside thigh. So if you take your vinyasa, flow back through to seated and join us in Rikshasana. Take a deep inhale. Reach the hands up. And as you exhale, fold over the straight leg with a little twist out to the left. Grab the outside edge of the shin or the foot so you get a little bit of a rotation. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold in, head to knee pose. 5 breaths. Slowly release. Change sides, extend the leg. Left sole comes in, knees out to the side. Take a deep inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly draw the body forward. The little twist out to the side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. 5 breaths.
Slowly rise.
Release the legs. Right sole of the foot. Draw it in towards the hip. So you want to take it just outside of the hip. Take 2 fists. Measure in between the foot and the thigh. Now walk that straight leg forward a couple of inches. Take your right hand behind, place it into the spine like a tripod holding you up. Inhale, reach up with the left, lifting up the spine. Exhale, now we can twist safely. See if you can get the hand and draw the knee to the midline of the body. You have to get past your belly, your boobs, your bits. Maybe you can lock the elbow in. Palm of the hand can reach up. Thumb and finger maybe. Flex the foot and gaze over your shoulder. So feel how this spinal twist, this Rikshasana, let us see, feels. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist a little more. We'll take 3 more breaths. I want you to lock into the feeling of all these shapes. So when we make them in another type of class, you automatically know where your feet go, your hands go, how it feels. And exhale, slowly release, setting yourself up, opposite side. Draw the heel back, 2 fists. Left hand comes behind, into the back. Walk that straight leg forward, flex the foot and lift up. Take the rotation, however that looks for you. Gaze over the shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist a little more. Ashtanga, 8-limbed practice. Doesn't mean you've got 8 arms and legs. 8 limbs of yoga. Patanjali. Slowly release. Optional vinyasa. Otherwise, draw the feet in. We'll find boat pose. So you can stay down here if you're just building your core strength, or you can place the palms up, lift up through the chest. You could also just extend the legs, lift up. 5 breaths from now. Cross the ankles, draw them into the body, hands by the side, lift the bum up, Dhanurasana. You can also float the feet if you're feeling strong. Straight back to boat pose, taking your option of Navasana. And if you see my legs shaking, it's not the camera, it's my legs today. Crossing the ankles, drawing them in, lifting up. We'll do 1 more round. Those 8 limbs, yamas, niyamas, social restraints, personal restraints, the first 2. Cross the ankles, lift it up. Good, now soles of the feet together. Draw the heels in towards the body. Take the elbows into the knees and exhale, lower down. Butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Breathing, pranayama, another limb. Slowly rise, open out into wide angle, Upavishta Konasana. Take an inhale and exhale. Draw the body down, fingers down. Halfway lift just to get up and out of the hips. Maybe flex the feet and exhale, fold in. 5 breaths. Withdrawing the senses, pratyahara. Slowly rise, drawing in the feet, optional vinyasa, or grab the knees and slowly lower down to the mat. Draw the heels in, hands down by the sides. Take an inhale, draw the belly button in, start to lift up into bridge, walking the shoulders in, maybe clasping the hands underneath the tailbone and lifting. Keep your chin locked where it is. Don't look at your phone, your screen, to protect our necks. Now push forward with the knees and as though you're pulling the heels towards the butt. Slowly lower down. And we'll do one more round, or option to come into Dhanurasana Wheel. If you're in wheel, fingers come by the ears, pointing to the toes. Come onto the crown and push on up. Otherwise, slowly raise back up to bridge. Shimmy the shoulders, grab your clasped hands. 5 breaths. Slowly, slowly lowering down. Hugging the knees into the chest. Rolling all the way back up, extending the legs straight out. Remove the junk from the trunk and take an inhale. And exhale, forward fold. This time it's a 10 breath. Yin-like fold. So no pulling, no making it happen. Maybe turn the palms to face up. 10 breaths now. Withdrawing the attention puts us into a meditative kind of state. Dharana and dhyana, 2 more limbs. In this asana, this posture, another limb. If we practice these 7 limbs, we aim for samadhi, bliss consciousness. Slowly rise, find your way onto your back and extend the feet up to the ceiling. Setu Dandasana, option number 1, staff pose just with the legs. If shoulder stand is in your practice, slowly lift the feet to the sky. Keep your chin locked. Spread the toes. If you're in shoulder stand, lower the toes behind the head. Plow pose, halasana. Otherwise, stay in Dhanurasana stuff. You could take happy baby if you like. Separating the knees, Karnapidasana, ear pressure pose. Slowly, slowly lowering all the way down. Oops, that's not slowly. As soon as the heels touch your mat, lift up onto the elbows. Draw the elbows under the shoulders. Take the crown of the head behind. Puff out the chest. It's called fish pose, Matsyasana. Maybe wiggle the jaw. It's a throat opener, heart opener, pushing through the forearms, puffing out. We'll stay there for 5 more breaths, or if you have Karnapidasana, you can float the feet 45 degrees, drawing the palms together over the navel, keeping the head on the ground. Slowly lowering, hugging the knees into the chest. Find your way back up. You can take child's pose, or if headstand, Rikshasana, bound angle headstand is in your practice, you can set up for an inversion. So child's pose, big toes touch, knees apart, or bound angle headstand. If headstand is in your practice, or you want to go to a wall, set up, hands, elbows shoulder width apart. Clasp the hands together. The back of your head will go into the palms. Crown of head onto the ground. Curl the toes under, lift the hips. Now you're taking the pressure into your forearms. Walk the toes in. Now you feel the strength that you need. You don't want to be dumping into your head or your neck. One heel comes in, other heel comes in. Extend the legs. Slowly, slowly lower. Oh, I need some more strength in my abs. Find child's pose if you took headstand. And slowly rise. Cross legs, seated position, Sukhasana, or lotus, half lotus. Binding the hands, finding opposite elbows behind the back. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw the body in. Take 10 breaths here. This is the closing sequence of this primary series. It's a short version. And there are 3 series. The practice coming from Mysore, India.
Bowing down with gratitude for everyone that brought this lineage of yoga all the way to the West and to us practicing here. Slowly rise. You can release the hands to the knees, maybe thumb and forefinger, palms facing up in a Yana Mudra, knowledge. And we'll do 10 rounds of breathing work, breath work, Kapalabhati breath. So you're focusing more on the exhale through the nose, as though you're blowing your schnoz. So take a deep inhale, the belly pushes, pushes, pushes. So take a deep inhale, 10 rounds, off you go. Inhale, hold the breath. Exhale it out through the mouth. Let's do 10 more rounds. Inhale and go. Inhale and exhale, finding your way onto all fours. 3 rounds of lion's breath. Take a deep inhale. You're going to lift the head. On your exhale, stick your tongue out and shout, ha. Ha. Good, as though you're getting rid of all the rubbish, the crap that's in your energy system. Inhale, lift up, roar like a lion. Ha. Good, and again, inhale. Ha. The dogs are going to attack me. Slowly find your way down onto your back for a spinal twist. Extend the hands out to the sides. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you can roll the knees over to the right. Take the gaze over to the opposite side. We'll take 10 breaths here. Slowly coming through center to the opposite side. Coming back through center and making your way into Shavasana. Extend the legs long and let the magic happen.
Take a soft inhale and exhale it out. Feeling your body, the weight on your mat. Waking the body up with a good morning stretch. Hugging the knees in towards the chest and sealing in your practice with a little self-love, a little squeeze for yourself. Well done. Rolling onto your side. As we emerge nice and gently up to cross-legged seated position to seal in the practice. Bringing the hands into the heart. With gratitude, we breathe in. We breathe out. Pretty good, that breath stuff. And again, exhale it out. Bringing the thumbs maybe to the third eye. That space of intuition, of imagination, and taking this time to think about somebody who needs a little love, a little kindness and compassion right now. Picture their face, maybe say their name, and send them healing thoughts, love, energy. Picture them smiling, receiving that energy. And so it's done. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe and free from suffering. Today and always. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.